Despite obvious improvements to my cueing, big breaks are not coming thick and fast for me. So when a big snooker YouTuber released his latest video dedicated to simple break building, I lapped it up and had to give his routine a go. Find out how I got on in this video. Hey everyone, and welcome to another Rock for a Cue video. Now, it's been a good 6 months since I got my highest break in a frame, which is 37, which I didn't manage to get on camera, by the way. And to be honest with you, since then, I think I've only got into the 30s twice, and they were low 30s. But there have been obvious improvements to my game. My cueing is generally improving, which means my potting consistency is getting better, and I'm pretty happy with how much my safety game is improving. It's the one comment I get from my regular competitors is how much my safety game has improved in the last sort of 6 to 12 months. But what's going on with my break building? Well, it's probably not one thing, it's probably a multitude of things contributing, but to me the biggest factor is cue ball control. And this is going to be my main focus of practice over the next few weeks, if not few months. So when YouTube's biggest official snooker coach posted his latest video about break building tips, I added it to my YouTube watch list, and when I had a bit of time, I sat down and gave it a watch. This is, of course, Steve Barton of Steve Barton Snooker Coaching. The main crux of the routine was him talking through a beautifully simple 3 red routine. The 3 reds are placed around the pink and the black spot, and a 15 red clearance is possible because you simply replace the red after you've potted the colour following it. And then once you've potted 15 reds and a colour, you then try and clear the colours in order. If you haven't watched Steve Barton's video, then I'll link to it below and head over to watch it and give it the recognition it deserves, but obviously not until you've watched this video. He talks about individual shots that you'll need to learn to keep the break going and makes it look very simple, as most of these accomplished snooker players do on YouTube. But that isn't what my channel is about, is it, folks? But I did really like the look of this routine. It's very similar to one I got from my own coach probably about a year ago now, called the Infinite Break, but the reds were more of a line in the middle of the table with 2 reds near the black cushion. But to be honest with you, it wasn't a routine I enjoyed doing at the time. I did do a couple of videos on the channel, but to be honest with you, I think he probably gave it to me a little bit too soon when I wasn't quite ready for it and I needed to do a bit more fundamentals in terms of potting and cueing. This one, however, looks far more achievable and maybe could lead to a new practice high break, which is currently exactly 50. Again, I didn't catch it on camera. And maybe a clearance if I keep my colours practice going, because that's also something that's maybe been lacking in recent weeks and months. So for the time being, I think I'm going to make this one of my main go-to practice routines and spend most of my solo practice sessions doing this, along with some of the other routines I've shown on the channel recently. At least until I see my own coach next, which will hopefully be in the next few weeks, if he's not too busy doing radio interviews for BBC Radio Shropshire. I really think this routine will help me practice tight cue ball control around the pink and black spot, and also force me to practice blacks and pinks off the spot, which again is something that I did a load of at the end of last year, but I kind of stopped doing it in the last few weeks. Especially the low black off the spot, which is definitely a weak shot for me. Even fellow snooker YouTuber Cuebald thought this was a good idea. Please do check out his channel. His Wednesday night live streams with top Welsh amateur Mark Shaw are definitely a good laugh, and I'm always usually in the chat.
How's your practice going, Rope? Any good? 5 to 10 hours. Probably more than me, that. What? The amount of hours he puts in practicing. 3. Oh dear. Yeah, that routine Barton did with the 3 reds was good. That should help you out.
Now we're going to take a look at a few attempts I've done over the last couple of sessions, over the last week or so. Before we do, please give this video a thumbs up by clicking the button at the bottom if you like what you're seeing. And if you're new to the channel and haven't yet subscribed, please do consider subscribing to the channel. It's completely free. It really helps this channel grow and helps you get kept up to date with my progress in the snooker journey. There'll be an in-video link at the end of the video, but also you can just visit my channel at any time and click that subscribe button. On with the show though, so let's hand over to me in commentary to take you through this first attempt. That means that it's in the way for the table to my left as we look at it. So I had to move it when somebody came in to use that table. There's only this table and the one table to the left that I can really record on because, the table, 2 tables to the left, that is the end table, so I can put my camera up to my heart's content. This table to my left now is the least popular table, so it's the last one to get used. So, usually if I'm in the club on my own, I can get a little bit of recording done before enough people come in that they need to use that table. Anyway, so as it is, basically the camera angle's a bit rubbish, but this is the only attempt where it is rubbish, so sorry about that. Anyway, where were we? So yeah, couple of nice pots. That is a nice pink there, actually, and stunned over to be pretty much dead straight for this red, so I can do the classic, essentially leave the white where it is when it hits the red, and I should have a nice angle on the black. Yeah, pretty good. Maybe just stunned a little bit, so it's straightened this black up. But again, I think there's enough angle to stun out for the red that's still on the table, or the red as it would go back, the one I've just potted. Yeah, so I actually screwed it a little bit more, but still got a good angle to, I think I'm pretty straight on this red to do a similar kind of shot just on the other side of the table. How's it going to go? Actually, I had a bit more angle, so I had to come on and off the cushion. And I've hit it a little bit too hard, and I've ended up a little bit too close to the black. So this is a bit of an awkward one. But happy with that. It's gone in nicely. Got a decent bounce off the cushion. And what can I do here? Yeah, nice little gentle screw shot. Gives me a nice high black to come on and off the cushion, over the black spot, and then back out for sort of the middle of the red triangle, if you like. Oh, but I've missed the black off the spot. I'm pretty happy with the 32 in my first session, and it was mixed in with plenty of other 20s as well. So I do definitely feel good about this routine. So 2 days later, I had another go. In this one, I'm going to show you 2 attempts, the first of which is not the highest I got in the session, but I started out using my GoPro as a head cam, which I haven't done in a while, and I wanted to show you some footage of that. And then the second attempt is actually the highest one I got in the session. So let's go back over to me on commentary and take a look. Okay, so here we go. Camera angle's good on this one, and I've got my helmet cam on, or my head cam on. But I have to say, I'm out of practice with wearing this head cam, and I wasn't staying down on the shot long enough to really make it work. I was getting up too quickly. Pretty happy with that shot. That's basically textbook stun up for that red near the pink off the black. Just a nice little run through here, so I can run through for an area. So I've either got the pink to the middle, well, I've played for the pink to the middle, not come far enough for the black. Also, it looks like my head is moving when I'm down on the shot, but it's actually the way the stabilization works on the GoPro is there's a little bit of a delay on movement, so it looks like I'm moving on the shot, but I'm not, or not as much as the camera makes it out anyway. Yeah, happy with that. On off the cushion nicely for the black. I wouldn't have said no to another roll or two on the white, but still should be fine to stun up just for one of these other reds. Yeah, happy. Using my spotty cue ball, because I like using the spotty cue ball when I've got my head cam on, so you can see the spin on the ball. And also the camera angle on the main camera is good, but the colours are a bit off. I didn't quite have the colour setting right, so I had to do a lot of time in editing to try and make it look anything close to sensible. But it kind of looks a bit flat and cartoony, I think, but never mind. So just a bit of an angle here, so on and off the cushion for a black. I've hit it too hard though, and I've come a little bit too far up the table. Not far enough for the pink, but it's a little bit too high for the black, but still should be getting these in off the spot. But I can see straight away that I've hit it too thick. Okay, so this was later in the same session. I've taken the head cam off, just because, I figured the battery was probably getting too low anyway, and it was getting low, and also it was just getting a bit uncomfortable. So I don't have the head cam shots, but and also because of that, I've changed back to a normal white, which I prefer using a normal white anyway. So, and I'm actually really happy with how I'm cueing on this attempt. Pretty happy with this at total, and some really nice, easy, gentle, controlled stun shots. Not going up for that red by the pink yet, just concentrating on these 2 reds around the black. I am going to now take the pink on though, because I've just gone a bit straight on the black, and whilst I could just screw back a little bit and be on the red, I thought I'd be able to play that, and I was, and I'll be still on that red to the left corner, although I maybe haven't put it back in exactly the right place. It was pretty difficult from Steve's video to work out exactly where he put it, but I figured that the reds were probably halfway between the black and the cushion, and the red below the pink was about 1 or 2 balls width below the pink. Doesn't matter too much really, but essentially as long as the red below the pink goes past the other 2 reds, then you're pretty much okay. So yeah, pretty happy so far. There's the 32 matched. I'm on this pink again. I'm left myself pretty straight on the black, so decided to take this pink again, just roll it through, and I'm nicely on the red, so I should be able to stun off this red. But this is a shot I need to practice, I think. Stun off this red for the black, but actually I've gone on off the cushion, and that's where it's gone wrong really, and I've left myself too low on this pink, so I'm going to be going away from the reds. Even if I pot this, I'm going to be going away from the reds, but even so, it's a difficult pot. But it does go in off the near jaw. A little bit fortunate for it to go off the near jaw. I've managed to control it okay, so I'm below the blue and I can get through to this red to the corner, and if I can control the shot and pot it, I should at least be on the pink, I think. But what's it going to happen? Well, I hit it far too thin, and that's the end of the break. Look at that, a 45 in the first session. I'm pretty happy with that. And if it wasn't for a slightly underhit positional shot on that final pink and it being a little bit low to be able to get onto a red comfortably, I would have been probably in the 50s. There's definitely a couple of shots that I'm weak at that are key to this sort of routine. Firstly is the low black, which I've already mentioned, especially when I'm trying to stun up for that red near the pink, which Steve makes look so easy in his video. But also the high pink shot, stunning down for the reds near the corner pockets, but also some delicate screw shots from the reds near the corners to get good position on the black. So that's all from me. I can't wait to get back down to the club for another solo session. Solo practice sessions are a little bit harder to come by these days, especially being able to film them just because the club's so busy, which is definitely a good thing for snooker in general. But hopefully I'll get 2 or 3 sessions in a week, and at least one of those will be filmed. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you to Steve for posting his video. Keep up the great work, Steve. And I will see you in whatever my next video turns out to be.